He probably gets them both. Thank you, Congressman. Do we have a representative here today from Senator Stabenow's office? I know we were supposed to, but I don't believe we do. All right, moving right on. Next up, State Representative Phil Green, certainly a name that's well familiar to the Thumb area. As a member of the Republican Party, currently serving his first term in the House from Michigan's 84th District. He's a member of the House Appropriations Committee, including Vice Chair of the Subcommittee on Health and Human Services, as well as a member of the subcommittees on Agriculture and Rural Development, Higher Education, and Natural Resources and Environmental Quality. Please join me in a nice warm welcome for Representative Phil Green.
It is great to be here this morning. I walked in, of course this is not my first time here, but this is my first time as a legislator, and I looked up and I saw Alan Donna Gillespie here, and many people I've known for a long time, and I appreciate being here. As I also came in, I checked in on social media, and I said that I was at the Thumb Electric annual meeting, and immediately I had two comments. The first comment said, "I wish I had Thumb Electric," and the second comment said, "Me too." So it is great to be here. Those of you who are from Sanilac County, I'd like to welcome you to the 84th District, technically in Tuscola County here, and it is great to be able to work together. I see a representative from Shane Hernandez's office here. Those of you in Sanilac County, I have formed a good relationship with Shane, and I believe you have one of the best as your representative. He is chair of the Appropriations Committee, and he's doing a great job as we get through our budget process. It's also wonderful to be able to work together with Congressman Mitchell and Ed Smith, his representative here, as we deal with a lot of issues together, but on the flip side, he deals with a lot of issues that I don't deal with. I don't deal with trade, but he gets to deal with that. And the relationship you have amongst your legislators is, I believe, probably unseen in other areas of the state, and we are very thankful for that. We appreciate a couple things about Thumb Electric. Number one is their ingenuity. Dallas had mentioned that they are a conservative people. We are a conservative people. And the way that we approach problems as a community is wonderful, and as evidenced by the way that Thumb Electric goes after the problems. They look at causes, and I believe one of their greatest responses to date has been the Emerald Ash Borer issue, and getting ahead of that so that we can maintain our grid. I'm thankful for the care for their community and their employees. I have a good friend of mine, used to be an employee because of some circumstances. He ended up having to move to a different company. But he looked at me and he said, "Phil, Thumb Electric is one of the best companies that I've ever worked for." And he says, "If I have a chance, I'd go back there in a heartbeat." And so I appreciate Thumb Electric for that. And then thirdly, if you're in sociology, there's a thing called Maslow's Pyramid of Needs. And there's a very bottom tier of needs. And for a community, electricity is a very basic need. I think it's more of a need now than it was 82 years ago. When the power goes off now, everybody sort of freaks out. 82 years ago, they said, "Wow, we have power." And can you imagine what life without electricity would be like? I believe that in today's day and age, believe it or not, life without electricity would be worse than life without electronics. But there's coming a day when I believe in the future, where as Congressman Mitchell talked about, and I've talked with Dallas about some of the real broadband issues that will be addressed here in our region could be taken care of. But also electricity is dependent upon for our community. As a school administrator out near Vassar, a private school, there were times when we had to close down school because we didn't have electricity. And when you realize that our schools, our hospitals, our community is dependent upon reliable electricity. And I am thankful for that. I'm proud to be a legislator in an area served by Thumb Electric. And I am more happy to be a member, personally, of Thumb Electric. So thank you for your time this morning.